Are you looking for balance and unity in your life along with health and well-being? Do not worry. In this video, we'll look at 5 changing tips from the rich weave of Buddhist thought that will help you become more aware about what you eat and improve your general health. Lesson 1. Plan your meals. Planning our meals might seem like a small thing that we can easily put off in favor of more important things. But according to the deep lessons of Buddhism, every deed, no matter how small, has the potential to be aware and purposeful. Planning our meals isn't just for practical or time-saving reasons. It's also a way to live more intentionally and make sure our actions are in line with our ideals and goals. When we plan our meals, we choose to put our health and the health of those around us first. Making plans for our meals is a way to practice being aware. It makes us stop, think about our food needs, tastes, and finances. For this reason, we become more aware of our bodies and how we relate to food. We learn to recognize the signs of hunger and fullness, and learn how to feed ourselves in a way that is good for our mental and physical health. Planning our meals shows that we care both for ourselves and for other people. When we are responsible for our own eating, we have more time, money, and energy to help people who are in need. In a world where millions of people don't have enough food to eat, planning our meals can have big effects that help ease pain and promote social justice. Buddha taught that what we want to do determines what we do, and what we do determines our fate. Thinking about and planning our meals with knowledge and purpose helps us not only take care of our bodies but also develop good traits like self-control, kindness, and self-awareness. When we plan our meals, we have the power to make decisions that are in line with our ideals and goals. Planning helps us make sure that our actions are in line with our goals, whether those goals are environmental protection, fair trade, or our own health. Planning our meals can be a strong way to bring about positive change in a world where the decisions we make can have huge effects on the environment and on future generations. Some people might like to make weekly meal plans that include breakfast, lunch, and dinner for every day. Others may choose a more open approach, making sure their fridge is full of fresh fruits and vegetables and their pantry is full of healthy basics. No matter what method we use, it's important to do it with awareness and purpose, knowing how important it is to feed ourselves in a way that respects our bodies, our ideals, and the fact that we are all linked. It helps us become more aware of our bodies and our relationship with food when we plan our meals. We take care of our physical and mental health by feeding ourselves in a way that also helps other people and the environment. It is important to be aware and deliberate when planning our meals, because the choices we make can have a big effect on us and on the world around us. Lesson 2. A healthy diet. In all parts of life, including eating, the Buddha himself stressed the value of modesty and balance. He told those who followed him to stay away from extremes like being too indulgent or too strict, because both can cause pain. Instead, he pushed for a road of balance and awareness, or a third way. A healthy diet is based on the idea of ahimsa, which means do no harm. Ahimsa in Buddhism doesn't just mean not being violent. It also means not doing anything that hurts yourself or others. This includes the things we eat and how they are made. We may find it hard to follow the ahimsa principles when we eat in today's world, where corporate farms and machine farming rule the food business. The Buddha told his students to think about what their deeds would mean and try to do as little harm as possible. Going plant-based is one way to make sure that our meals are in line with the ahimsa ideals. By picking plant-based foods over animal goods, we lessen our impact on the environment and lessen our role in the pain of conscious beings. Plant-based meals have also been shown to have many health benefits, such as a lower chance of chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and some cancers. But in Buddhism, a healthy diet is more than just staying away from harm. It's also about learning to be grateful and aware with food. The Buddha taught that everything is linked and that every bite of food we eat is the result of many things, from the hard work of farms to the kindness of nature. Thinking about and being thankful for our food helps us see how all living things are linked and how important life is. We become aware of the huge amount of work and resources that go into making our food, from growing the crops to getting them to our tables through networks of transportation and delivery. Mindfully eating helps us pay more attention to the signs our bodies send us when they are hungry or full. To avoid idly eating out of habit or feeling, we learn to pay attention to our bodies and feed ourselves in a way that is good for our health and well-being. People also think of food as medicine that can heal and keep the body and mind healthy. The body was like a car, and food was like the fuel that drove it. The same way that a car needs the right kind of fuel to work, our bodies need food to stay healthy and fully charged. However, not all foods are good for you, and the Buddha warned people not to eat foods that are bad for you. He told his followers to stay away from foods that are too hot, salty, or fatty, as well as foods that have gone bad or are tainted. Instead, the Buddha suggested a simple, healthy, and filling diet made up mostly of fruits, veggies, grains, and beans. His students were told to eat in moderation and not overindulge, because he knew that eating too much can make you feel bad physically and mentally. We can feed not only our bodies but also our minds by switching to a plant-based diet, practicing thoughtful eating, and picking foods that are good for our health and well-being. This will also help make the world more caring and sustainable. Lesson 3. Eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. When we eat fruits and veggies, they show how abundant nature is and give us healthy food to keep our bodies and minds going. In the Buddhist faith, eating these plant-based foods is more than just getting food. It's a holy connection with the land and all the living things that live on it. As a Buddhist, eating fruits and veggies is a way to live by the concept of ahimsa, which means do no harm. When we eat plant-based foods instead of animal goods, our diets are in line with our kindness and respect for all living things. We are following the Buddhist ideal of easing pain and promoting health for all living things, no matter how big or small. Fruits and veggies are full of bright colors and different tastes, which shows how rich and varied life is. Every bite is a tribute to the earth's imagination and kindness, a call to enjoy the beauty and plenty that are all around us. From the crisp sweetness of apples to the juicy juiciness of tomatoes, and from the earthy richness of kale to the delicate sweetness of strawberries, fruits and veggies have a wide range of tastes and textures that will please everyone. By enjoying these natural gifts, we grow a deep respect for how all living things are linked and the complex web of relationships that keeps life going on Earth. Fruits and veggies are not only delicious, but they are also very good for you. They are full of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and phytonutrients that your body needs to stay healthy and strong. These plant-based foods are full of nutrients that are good for our bodies and nervous systems. For example, oranges have vitamin C, bananas have potassium, carrots have beta-carotene, and broccoli has fiber. Not only does eating a lot of fruits and veggies help our bodies, but it also helps us feel more balanced and in peace with ourselves. Like how tree leaves get their food from the dirt and sunshine, we too get our food from the earth's wealth, finding health and nutrients in what nature gives us. As we eat fruits and veggies, they can become a form of meditation, encouraging us to be more aware and present with each bite. When we chew slowly and carefully, enjoying the tastes and textures of our food, we come fully into the present moment and ground ourselves in it. This turns the simple act of eating fruits and veggies into a deep spiritual practice that helps us connect with the core of life. We are reminded with each bite of how all living things are linked and how holy the natural world is. As we eat more fruits and veggies, let us be aware of how our decisions affect our health, the health of our world, and the health of all living things. May we approach every meal with thanks and awe, remembering how rich the land is and enjoying the gifts of nature with each bite. Lesson 4. Make sure you drink enough water. Water, which is called the elixir of life, is present in everything. Its presence is not only necessary for our life, but it also has deep spiritual meaning in the teachings of Buddhism. As we learn more about how important it is to drink enough water, let us also look at how it can change your life by feeding your body and mind. All living things need water to stay alive. It flows through rivers, lakes, and seas, quenching their thirst. Also, inside our bodies, water is very important for keeping the balance of our bodies, controlling our temperatures, and making it easier for nutrients and waste to move around. Within a Buddhist view, the act of drinking water is filled with awareness and respect for how everything is linked. Every time we take a sip, we remember how much we depend on nature and are thankful for the clean, life-giving water that surrounds us. In spiritual practice, water has meanings that go beyond its physical effects. Water is often used as a sign of washing in Buddhist ceremonies. It is thought to clean the body, mind, and spirit of impurities and bad energies. In the same way that water can clean up dirt on the outside, it can also clean up the inside of our minds by cleaning away the marks of ignorance, attachment, and dislike. It's not just good for our bodies to drink enough water. It's also a good way to take care of yourself and become more self-aware. It's easy to miss the minor signs of dehydration in our modern busy lives, mistaking thirst for food or tiredness. By practicing awareness around how much water we drink, we become more in tune with our body's needs and honor the natural knowledge that leads us to balance and health. Some people use drinking water as a way to practice mindfulness. It can help us be more present and aware in the middle of our daily lives. It doesn't matter if we're drinking water at our job or after working out. Every moment is an opportunity to connect with the present and ground ourselves in the here and now. Water is often used as a metaphor for the mind in Buddhist meditation traditions. The mind, like a still pond, shows the world clearly and accurately when it is not disrupted. But when desire, dislike, or illusion stir up the seas of the mind, they get cloudy and thick, making it hard to see what's really going on. By keeping hydrated and having enough water, we keep our thoughts clear and calm, which helps us handle the ups and downs of life with more strength and wisdom. Just like a body that is well hydrated can handle physical tasks better, a mind that is well fed can handle mental and emotional stress better. It's possible to think of drinking water as a form of meditation. It can help us focus on the current moment and develop a sense of inner peace and calm. Aware of our thirst and fullness, the taste and warmth of the water, and the act of drinking as it feeds our bodies, we drink water with intention. By doing this, we learn to be thankful for the simple but deep gift of water, seeing it as a sign of how all living things are linked. As we take a sip, we remember to take care of ourselves and the world around us, and we honor the purity of the water that keeps us all alive. When we drink water with understanding and respect, we not only feed our bodies, but also our minds. This brings us into balance with the flow of life in all its fullness and vigor. May we drink deeply from the source of knowledge that comes from combining awareness and water. This will quench not only our physical thirst, but also our spiritual hunger for truth and freedom. Lesson 5. Mindful eating meals are often rushed because they have to fit in between meetings, work, and other duties. We eat on the go, doing other things while we cram food into our mouths. We don't stop to taste or enjoy. Even so, Buddhist lessons offer a peaceful haven where we can find a deep call to eat with awareness and respect. Brain-based eating is not just a method, it's a way of connecting with food, ourselves, and the world around us. By turning food into a holy rite, this practice helps you become more aware, present, and grateful. When you eat mindfully, you pay attention and slow down. To start, we bring our full attention to the present moment and ground ourselves in our body and breath feelings. We take a moment to settle ourselves and let go of problems and distractions when we sit down to eat. We use all of our senses to enjoy every bite of food, taking in its colors, textures, and tastes. We take our time when we chew, letting the tastes develop on our lips and the nutrients enter our bodies. We are aware of when we are hungry and when we are full, listening to our bodies and acting with kindness and care. However, mindful eating is more than just eating. It also includes the mental and emotional parts of our connection with food. It makes us think about why we eat, whether it's because we're hungry, because we need to feel better, or just because we do it every day. Mindfully eating helps us understand the tiny signs of hunger and fullness, telling the difference between real hunger and the need to fill an emotional hole. We learn not only how to feed ourselves with food, but also how to be kind, take care of ourselves, and understand ourselves. Mindful eating helps us feel more connected to the food we eat and the place where it comes from. The food on our plates is thanks to the hard work of many people, like farmers, harvesters, and cooks. We respect the plants, animals, and elements that keep us alive, and recognize how they are all linked. Mindful eating turns into a practice of thanks and respect, a celebration of how holy life is. We give thanks for the earth's gifts, the work of other people, and the food that feeds our bodies and minds with each bite. But maybe most importantly, mindful eating is a practice of being present and thoughtful. It encourages us to live fully in our bodies and be open and aware in every moment. This teaches us to enjoy the finer things in life, like the taste of our food and the fun of just being living. When we practice being mindful while we eat, we practice being mindful in every part of our lives. We learn to be open and curious about every moment and to accept all of our experiences with kindness and thanksgiving. Eating with awareness is a deep practice that feeds not only our bodies but also our thoughts and souls. It tells us to take our time, pay attention, and enjoy the many wonderful things in life with thanks and awe. May we eat with awareness, respecting the holiness of food and the way all living things are linked in the web of life. There are a lot of deep lessons in Buddhism that can help you learn how to eat right. Planning our meals, eating a healthy diet, eating lots of fruits and veggies, drinking enough water, and eating with awareness. We not only feed our bodies but also our minds. May we eat each meal with thanks, awareness, and kindness, knowing that all living things are linked in the web of life.